4 years.
There was a lot of specifics. There were a lot of policy specifics in this speech. I actually want to bring in Chuck Todd here, NBC's Chuck Todd, in terms of, Chuck, how you saw this speech as speaking to sort of some of the immediate governing challenges and governing ambitions this president has for a second term.
Well, first of all, I was surprised at the number of specific issues mentioned. But the thing that sort of knocked me over was this talk about climate change, because we had not really heard it from the president in a very long time. I'm not saying he shelved it, but the issue had taken a little bit of a back seat. And there was a whole paragraph there in climate change in a way that you wonder, because of Superstorm Sandy and the amount of money, if you're going to talk about the budget, you have to have this conversation about the climate, since these natural disasters clearly are becoming more and more. But I want to point out a quote that Barack Obama said in an interview 5 years ago when he was still running for president. And he compared himself to Reagan. He says, "I think Ronald Reagan changed the trajectory of America in a way that Richard Nixon did not, and in a way that Bill Clinton did not." And the reason I point out that quote, I always thought it was a very important quote, and it gave you a sense of what kind of President Obama wanted to be. And I thought you heard it in the inaugural address today, in the way that President Obama believes Ronald Reagan mainstreamed the conservative movement in the 80s. That one of the things he wants his president to do is to basically mainstream the liberal progressive movement in the same way. So if the country is, say, center or center-right, you can have this argument that when he leaves, that he's mainstreamed it and moved the country more center-left. And I think you heard that. It was a robust defense of a lot of progressive ideals in a way. And yes, you heard pragmatic pieces to the speech saying, you know, we're not going to get everything we want, things like that, and we do need to learn to compromise. But it was pretty clear that he was defending government and defending progressivism in a way that you didn't always hear on the campaign trail, frankly, Rachel.